Brittany, and you are watching A Dose of Nurse Bae. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super excited because this video kicks off our Milky Monday series. So for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be dropping one video every Monday about breastfeeding and lactation. I wanted to make something for my moms and my expecting moms to help y'all get off to a great start with breastfeeding. So with that being said, let's dive right into this video. Today's topic is how to know if my baby is getting enough milk at the breast. This is something that all new mommies want to know. I mean, especially that first 24 hours of life, moms can be really concerned, and dads too, about whether or not the baby is getting enough nutrition. One of the reasons why is because most moms don't feel any difference in their breasts until somewhere between day 3 and day 5. That first, second, third day, most moms feel like there's nothing there. They may try and express some milk from the breast and not see anything come out. So that can be very concerning, and they wonder, is my baby getting enough? So we're going to talk about 4 signs that you can look for to know that your baby is doing well at the breast. The first sign is pees and poops. Peeing and pooping is very, very important to monitor, and the reason why is because if it's going in, it should be coming out. So the baby having an adequate amount of pees and poops is very important for you to keep track of. And if you're delivering your baby in the hospital, your nurse will be monitoring the amount of pees and the poops that the baby's having as well. So that first day, and to be specific, that first 24 hours of baby's life, we really only expect the baby to have at least 1 pee and 1 poop. And then the second day, we expect the baby to have 2 pees, 2 poops. The third day, 3 pees and 2 poops. And each day, it increases a little bit until by the end of the week, the baby should be having at least 4 poops a day and at least 6 pees a day by the end of week 1. So by the end of the week, I'll repeat, baby should be having at least 4 poops a day and at least 6 pees a day. And it stays that way for the next couple of weeks. Now, if you notice that your baby is not having enough pees or poops, you're going to want to let your pediatrician know, just so they can check in and make sure that baby is thriving, baby's growing properly, and monitor that situation. Now, when it comes to monitoring baby's pees and poops, your nurse will probably give you a piece of paper or something to write it down. Some moms decide to use their phones and they have like a little feeding log app. You can also use a feeding and diaper logbook. I have mine right here. You can keep track of the pees, the poops, how long the baby fed, which breast the baby fed on. All those things are important to keep track of. So if you're looking for a feeding and diaper log, I'll put the link below to mine in the description. So pees and poops are very important to keep track of, and that is the #1 sign that we teach parents to look for to know that their baby is receiving nutrition from the breast. The second sign is going to be we monitor the baby's weight loss and weight gain. That first week, babies lose some weight. That's expected. Most babies lose some weight that first week, and then after the first week, your baby should begin gaining weight. So that's something else that we keep track of. You should take your baby to the pediatrician as scheduled, just to make sure that baby is growing and thriving the way that he should be. You don't necessarily have to buy a scale or anything like that unless you had a specific reason why your baby needed to be more closely monitored. But keeping track of those pees and poops is key. If your baby's not peeing and pooping properly enough, then you want to let your pediatrician know. And the pediatrician, when you take your baby to their office, they usually will be weighing your baby to see how the baby's growing. The next thing you want to look at are signs of satiety. So signs that your baby is full. After you eat a meal, let's take it to Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving, you are full, right? You might need to like loosen your belt and kind of sit back, and you may fall asleep after a meal. So the same with baby. After a baby is done feeding, baby should seem relaxed. They may start off initially a little tense with their fists balled up, and then as they become more satisfied, you'll see those little hands open up and relax, and baby may fall asleep on you. That's a sign that the baby is satisfied after feeding. Now, I do want to throw in here that the second day of life for babies tends to be a busy feeding day, and especially especially that second night. The first day babies are born, they tend to be a little sleepy. And then the second day they kind of perk up. And that second night, they're really ready to nurse. And they may feed very often. That's a normal newborn behavior. So on that second night, it's kind of an exception to the rule because your baby may want to nurse very frequently. And that might be a little concerning to you, but I just want to give you a heads up. The second night is usually a breastfeeding party all night long. But signs of satiety are your baby looking relaxed, looking satisfied, looking calm after feeding. The last thing that you want to look at are signs that your baby is transferring milk at the breast. Now, when the baby is at the breast, ideally, we like for the baby's mouth to be open wide and for the baby to have lots of mom's breast in the mouth, not just the nipple. If the baby is sucking on your nipple as though it's a straw, that can be very painful for one, but also baby doesn't drink as much milk. The baby's not able to transfer much milk when the baby is only on the nipple. So ideally, we want a really deep latch, and when the baby is on the breast, they don't come off the breast easily. If the baby's latched on well, they shouldn't just be slipping off with ease. They really kind of form a vacuum seal to that breast. You should also see movement up under the chin as though the baby is pulling. You'll see movement. And sometimes when the babies are really actively feeding, you will see even their little ears will wiggle a little bit. And that's another reassuring sign that baby is pulling, baby is transferring. Eventually, you'll even begin to hear little swallows at the breast. So day 1, day 2, day 3, most moms don't have a large volume of milk, but what they have is very nutrient dense and beneficial for the baby. And the baby should get this first milk. That milk we call colostrum. As the days go on, mom's milk will begin to increase. So as mom's volume of milk begins to increase, we'll eventually begin to hear the baby swallow. And those swallows, they sound like almost really soft little k sounds, little k, or like a tiny little puff of air. Again, you might not hear this the first couple days, the first, second, third day, but usually between day 3 and day 5, most moms start feeling a difference in their breast. They feel their breast getting heavier, fuller, warmer as the milk's really starting to bump up. And as that volume of milk bumps up, you should begin to hear little swallows in between sucks. So it'll be like suck, suck, and swallow, suck, 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 swallow, okay? So the 4 signs that we look for are, is my baby peeing and pooping? We're also monitoring weight loss and weight gain. The first week, babies usually lose some weight. After that first week, they should begin gaining. The third thing are signs of satiety. Does my baby look relaxed after feeding? And fourth, but not least, is signs that your baby is transferring. Am I seeing movement up under the chin as though the baby is pulling? You should feel your nipples being pulled, moms. I don't want you to feel pain, but you should feel a tugging at your nipples. Remember to use your resources wherever you deliver. If you deliver in the hospital setting or if you deliver at home with a professional licensed midwife, make sure you ask questions. If you are having a hard time, if you are unsure about something, reach out to your nurse, reach out to your healthcare provider, reach out to your IBCLC. Oftentimes the hospital does have a staff lactation consultant that rounds on patients. So if you would like to be seen, ask your nurse about this service. Just when in doubt, reach out for help. You're not alone. Get in contact with an IBCLC if you're having issues. While you're in the hospital, talk to your nurse and just do your best. That's all you can do at the end of the day. Every now and then, there will be some babies that require supplementation. Now, when it comes to supplementation, you can always try supplementing with your own milk prior to giving any formula. So often I see if there are issues that occur with breastfeeding, the first thing a lot of people think is, oh, my baby needs formula. But the issue with that is when we give formula in place of the breast, mom's body does not get stimulated. The way your body makes milk is by your breast being stimulated frequently, either by the baby latching on or by you using your hand to express milk or by you using a breast pump. So if your baby needs to be supplemented for a medical reason or whatever that reason is, I always encourage moms to still offer the breast before they supplement with a bottle, and first, before giving any milk that's not your own, to try to see if you can express some milk from your breast first via hand expression or breast pump. And your healthcare provider should be able to help you with this, because that way, if you're able to supplement the baby with your own milk, your body still gets stimulated, so it still gets that message to do what it's supposed to do. And in the meantime, your baby still gets fed, and you just continue to work on that whole breastfeeding, latching thing. Reach out to your resources and know that you're not alone. So I hope that you found this video helpful. We will be talking about more topics in the future. If you have questions specifically about breastfeeding and lactation and you want me to address those questions in our Milky Monday series, please drop them down below. If you thought this video was helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to hear more from me. And you can go ahead and click that bell notification button so that you're updated when I drop new videos. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Till next time, be blessed.